And we're gonna have an open house. We don't know when. I think I'm gonna push for June. I don't know what the rest of the board wants to do.
Will it be in the comments?
Oh. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'll try to watch it,
Yeah.
and I can tell her.
We're having one, it's March 30th, isn't it? No, April 30th. We're having one just for the hangar renters to kind of get them together.
How many planes do you have you're renting out there, or
Oh,
hangars?
well, we have 10 hangars
10 hangars.
and 2 are parachute hangars. And we have 9 aircraft based there. One of them, and we fight maintenance all the time. The doors are, you know, Ashby put in the best doors. And, but that north building was done by the jumpers. And I'm getting quotes to just replace them
Yeah.
because they weren't installed correctly and things are rotting. And yeah, and you know, I believe if you have a plane out there, you ought to be able to get in and out and get the airplane. Yeah.
That would be important.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like
I think
having a garage door that doesn't work and you can't get your car. It doesn't do you much good.
Who does the maintenance?
Well, it's, you know,
Where do you get your money, I guess?
tax money.
You get tax money?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Sharon, do you know what the extent of our authority is to request information such, I'm not gonna mention any names, such as somebody made a donation that would exceed the corporate limits, but individual limits, there is no limit.
Right.
But you know that this person owns a company that's incorporated, because the owner of a company there are no limitations if it comes out of their personal account, but
Correct.
if they take services or anything else from the company, then that's a corporate donation. So what's our, I didn't see any in there, but.
We had, that was actually a question that was brought up to me in my office, because someone was questioning a large company in our county, donated business and donated personal.
But if the business is a sole proprietorship, that, there is no limitation.
It is, I believe it's, but I'm not sure if it's incorporated or not without pulling that file and looking back at it. I was told the definition is if it's a company check, that's where your statute max is. If it's a personal check out of a personal account, not with the company name on it, there is no amount that they cannot write that for.
So the example that I was given one time, or that I read it, was the CEO of a company goes to a fundraiser, political fundraiser, and decides they want to donate $100,000 to this campaign to help them out. Well, but then he goes to the treasurer of the company that is.
And they write a company
And they
check.
run right, well,
That is a violation.
that is definitely violation.
Yes.
Violation.
He can personally donate that, but it cannot run through the company.
But see, and a lot of times, I noticed this in the past, on those reports, it says, such and such, but it doesn't, you know that they own,
Right,
they're incorporated,
what
and
you
they're
can,
buying postage or something like that.
what you can request is a copy of the, contribution.
So if we ever went through them and there was a question,
Yes,
then we
They
just
would have
request
to
the
pro-
candidate to provide that.
yep, and they would have to provide, like, if it was a check, they'd have to provide the canceled check or a copy of the check, something proving, or if it was an expenditure, they would have to provide the receipt.
So it would behoove the candidates, if they receive a large contribution from a individual that also owns a business, to make a copy of the check before they deposit. So that they have.
That would be, they're supposed to, whenever you are, a candidate is required to keep copies of all donations,
Oh, okay.
once they're reportable. So if someone gives you a $99 check, a candidate does not have to keep record of that, because it's anything $100 or more. Or if there's an expenditure, then you have to keep all of those copies for anyone can request you to show them.
But that $100 is not a single donation. That's accrued. So
Right.
they probably should keep. They should
I
probably
know,
keep
like,
all.
when I ran on my campaign, I had a contribution and someone did not want to be affiliated. It would have put them in a sticky situation, so they donated $99.50. So that they would go on my unitemized, but not on my itemized. And then they never that was the one-time donation. So I guess if you know it's a one-time donation, then, but, yeah, that would, I can't speak for them, yeah. But yeah, you're supposed to keep all of that because anyone can request that. Another candidate can ask you, to provide those documents. It actually says that you should be keeping that. And I still have all of mine from when I ran. Not that anyone's ever gonna look at it now, but, I still have all of mine, so, all of my receipts from the comic. I have a lot of receipts from the comic. I paid the comic a lot of money.
I'm good at selling those ads,
Yes,
all right?
she is. She upsell every ad I put in.
Okay, I guess you should ask. Sorry, I've got an 11 o'clock appointment. I just wanna make sure I'm at my office. So, did you see anything out of the ordinary, Sandy?
No.
I would imagine we would have already discussed it.
I make a motion that we approve the finance reports.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed.
How many board members do you actually have?
Sorry,
How many board members do you have?
this is it.
Oh, this is
We,
it?
yeah, we have,
Oh, okay, so like
No,
whoever
just-
was sitting there,
We
my,
still like Drew.
no,
The last meeting,
Yeah.
that was Sandy's proxy.
we have
Oh.
So if
proxies.
Sandy's unable to attend, he would attend in her.
oh,
in
I
her
see,
position.
okay.
And my
And then,
proc-
yeah, sorry.
yeah, my proxy is Ed, that's been, I've operated with no proxy, but I've started getting really busy, so, I thought it best to get a proxy, so we asked Ed to help out, so he's wanting to learn, so he's been showing up to the meetings. and
That's
stuff.
cool.
But, yeah, it surprised me too that there were only,
Yeah,
there's just one person for each party, and then the clerk acts as the
Huh.
secretary.
awesome.
Right, does anyone have anything else? I'll entertain additional questions from the audience. No? All right, I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
At our next meeting, yes.
Oh, yes, the April 26th, at 10 a.m.
Is our next regular meeting.
Reagan, we may have,
We have the public test.
right,
I don't know if you wanted to put both of them in
Yeah,
there, or
we
what
should.
you wanted to
Yeah.
say.
sorry. So our next official meeting is March 31st. It's not the regular meeting, but it is a meeting of sorts. That's it, on March 31st, 1 o'clock, in the former museum, if anybody wants to be there for the public test. Basically, we take a machine, we test it, we have the assistance of ES&S here to test the equipment to make sure we put predicted,
Predetermined votes.
right, predetermined votes in. We check the tape to make sure that the tape shows exactly what we know we should have put, that we put in, to make sure that it's calculated properly. And then we certify.
So can anybody come to this, or
Yes,
do we have to be chosen?
no,
Nope.
Okay,
And it's in the basement here somewhere?
it's in the museum where we vote.
The museum, okay.
is that
So
down in the
it's-
basement?
It's not
Oh.
in, it's the southwest corner entrance.
I know that.
Okay. Southwest corner.
And then on April 26th is our regular monthly meeting, or, it's not monthly, but our regular scheduled meeting is April 26th, and it should be right here in the commissioners' room
At 10 a.m.
at 10 a.m. All right, I'll make a motion that we,
So it's on a Tuesday instead of a Thursday.
oh, maybe
Which-
my mistake.
You may have
I
it
looked
on
on
day.
I'm sorry, it's the 28th, because I looked on
28th.
Tuesday.
I was gonna say, it's always on the Thursday.
That's why, that's why I was,
Yeah.
that's why I was.
When I looked at.
I would have caught it when I did my minutes,
When I
but
looked on the calendar, I was thinking election day, and it's always on a Tuesday, so my mistake. So April 28th, same 10 a.m. in the commissioners. That's what the boxes were.
Awesome.
are you still keeping your motion?
I'm gonna make a motion for the third time that we adjourn.
And I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. Thanks, everyone. Hello, this is Drew.
No, 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 that's the door.